Welcome back. As I've been working on the rear suspension, as expected, I've found that the radius arm bushers are not very good. They're sort of pretty much had it. Forgive the shaky camera, and because I'm crawling about on the pavement, I can't mount the camera on the tripod for this. Let's get a bit of light down there. Let's have a look. Obviously I can't mount the tripod underneath the car here. Let's just zoom in. There we go. You can see quite a lot of cracking, you know, in the bush. Now, I've ordered new bushers. I've ordered a new set. In fact, they're going to arrive today around about 3 o'clock. It's 9 in the morning now. So obviously I need to remove. Now, let's just see if we can crawl. I'm lying on my back on the cardboard here. Oh, you devil. I've got a towel here catching the drips. It's raining a little bit and it's dripping. Oh God, I don't want my cardboard to get completely soaked. Let's have a look. Let's just move this light. There's another light at the side here. That might help. So there's the other bush. Can't really, from this angle, see if it's any good or not. Let me zoom out slightly. There we go. So I need to undo the locking wire, remove that bolt, and remove that bolt. Then I'll have to use, I'll use a ball joint splitter actually to force it in here and try and knock that off without doing any damage to the bodywork. I'd like to clean the bodywork up anyway and give, you know, they're very, very vulnerable around here. But this one looks extremely good. It doesn't look like it's ever been damaged or rotten. But there is sort of crud and surface rust. I know that the sills have been patched up. Yeah, they were patched badly, and I knew it was going to be a bad job. It was done by the MOT inspector. So I'm going to be, when the weather gets warmer, I'm going to be cutting this whole area out, the whole thing right along, and making a brand new section and welding that properly, lead loading it. But we'll come back to that in a separate video, so do ignore that. But yeah, I need to remove this whole sort of arm, which is a bit of a devil because that won't have ever been off in 37 years. So I'm expecting it to be awkward, especially from the angle I'll be working, which is next to the car, not under the car. Now, let's just zoom out again. There's a bolt which runs through here. Yeah, let's have a look. Is it a bolt or a nut? Yeah, it's a nut. Yeah, there's a nut. You have to unwind here. But the head of the bolt goes straight through the bush and it sits. So you've got the hub, and then this is the lower, is that a wishbone? Anyway, it's the lower suspension arm that moves up and down. So I've got to remove the hub. So I'll take the hub off, then I'll be able to show you the head of the bolt actually sits in a recess just behind. So you can, and it holds the bolt so it doesn't swizzle, but I need to take the nut off and knock the bolt right the way through. And I can't knock it through, obviously, because the hub's in the way. So I've got to take the hub off. And anyway, it's an awkward job. I do have brand new bushers coming, and I've got a 20-ton press. In fact, the press is in the back of the car. I can show it to you. These boxes here, there's a big long box about 5 foot long. That's got the stand. And that little box there's got the head. So we can see it's never been opened. It's bright red, extremely powerful tool, 20,000 kilos of pressure. That will press out the bushers, hopefully without too much trouble. What I don't know is that I have the correct size adapters. So I might have to sort of make something or find something. I don't know. I'll only know once I get this damn thing off the car. I'll get it off. I'll film the struggles because there's bound to be slight struggles getting that off. But this is already loose. That's called the fulcrum shaft. There are bearings inside here. I don't have any bearings, and I did say in a video a couple of days ago, I'm going to replace the fulcrum shafts and the fulcrum bearings and the hub. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it a few months, because once all this has been taken off and removed and cleaned and put back with copper grease, it'll be very, very easy to remove that hub at a later date when I've been able to sort of buy the correct parts. And I need some tools. I need hub pullers, I need bearing pullers. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces, but I don't think I've got everything to hand, and I certainly don't have the bearings. These are quite expensive, going across the bottom there, about 75 to 100 pounds, and the central one you can get for as little as 25, 30 pounds. But I've got to do the other side, and it's money I don't really want to be spending at the moment. The reason I'm working on the car right now is because my business is closed. I can't work, therefore I can't earn. I do not want to be spending sort of cash reserves, you know, buying spare parts that I don't absolutely need. So all of the spares I've got at the moment, I've already paid for. So I'm not scratching around sort of looking for cash to spend. It's already spent, it's already paid for. So there is a lot under here. Let's have a look while we're looking. That's the original fuel line, which looks diabolical. In fact, this tank is disconnected. I believe the changeover, the fuel return changeover switch damage, so I'll be getting that going at some point, but it's disconnected. But these pipes, look at this, I'll be changing all of that for brand new. Let's get a bit more light. Yeah, that's rusty. There's no point in trying to keep that will definitely fail. But I've got plenty of pipe. It's a job that'll come in the future. I won't be doing that in the next few weeks. That'll probably get done, I don't know, perhaps March or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to take the hub off. I'll film everything as usual and take the hub off, get access, and we'll you know. So I'll just make a separate films, and then we'll make a film with me trying to press the bushes out. And of course, that needs painting. Look at it. Excuse me, coughing. Yeah, that needs painting, but hopefully, you know, if I scrub that down, clean it with chemicals, it should be fine to be painted. I'm hoping it isn't rotten, because sometimes they're vulnerable. They do rot. They fill up with water. There's a hole in the top. There's supposed to be drain holes in the bottom, but they get blocked. So the water gets in the top, and then water slushes about inside. So I haven't investigated it to see if the drain holes are blocked, and I've certainly not tried stabbing it about to see how structurally sound it is. So if it's not structurally sound, I will have to buy a new radius arm, which will be a bit of a nuisance when I've just bought the bushes, because it's cheaper to buy the bushes with the arm intact already. So we'll see. But you know, I'll find out when I get the damn thing off whether it's any good or not.